Hello, my name is Matthew, and we are on shelf 27 of my tiny house library tour. And if you're interested in any of the books, please let me know. You can send me an email and we can work something out. You'll be supporting my plans to visit Spain. I also have a GoFundMe link if that interests you as well. But we have a lot of great books to look at. Um, but the first one is a bit of a misfire. And it's a two-volume collection of lives of philosophers. The biographer is Diogenes Laritis, um, and it has biographies of Plato and Socrates, and Zeno, and Xenophon, a whole bunch of them. It was much more dry than I was expecting. It's almost like a catalog instead of um, any sort of literary merit. Have Anna Karenina. This is the Pever Wolankonski translation, and it's the Penguin Deluxe edition. And I've never read this translation of Anna Karenina, so maybe one day. A tidy little hardback book of aphorisms by Kafka. Um, and each page just has a few sentences on it. They're all very Kafkaesque. We are instructed to do the negative. The positive is already within us. You have girded your loins in a most laughable way for this world. My favorite translation of Sentimental Education by Flaubert. This is by Perdita Burlingame. Um, I absolutely love it, and this edition is the only one I've found that has this translation. So this book is very dear to me. Um, uh, Heraclitus, the pre-Socratic ancient Greek philosopher, um, quite good. This is translated by Philip Wheelwright, and this is also my favorite translation of Heraclitus. There's a Penguin edition that I saw at some point that really turned Heraclitus's philosophy into like new age mumbo jumbo or something. Um, The Life of Our Lord by Charles Dickens. Absolutely beautiful. I found this in a secondhand store when I was in college or something. I've had this for a very long time. The Satyricon by Petronius. And this is a strange book. Um, at some point I heard that Oscar Wilde translated the Satyricon, and so I just started looking for it. And this is the closest thing that I could find. And instead of saying translated by, it says in the translation ascribed to Oscar Wilde. You see that? Really interesting. So this may or may not be the Oscar Wilde translation. Complete Poems of John Keats, and it's the Modern Library, missing the dust jacket. Very pretty though, plain. The Death of Ivan Ilyich and Confession, and this is the Peter Carson translation. Again, it's missing the dust jacket. Um, Your fathers, where are they now? And the prophets, do they live forever? By Dave Eggers. It's a slight novel. If I remember correctly, it's entirely in the form of dialogue. The story is completely forgettable. Yeah, it's all dialogue. The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. Probably his best novel. Not my favorite, but um, probably his best novel. And then the 3 volumes of the Marquis de Sade. It's the 120 Days of Sodom, other writings, Juliet, and then Justine, Philosophy in the Boudoir, and other writings. Okay, Halley by G.V. Deseni. And G.V. Deseni wrote all about Hatter, and not only did I like the book, I was very curious about what other kinds of writing G.V. Deseni had, and it was tough. I had a hard time finding other works of fiction of his, and this is more of like a collection of short stories and like incidental writing. Tree of Codes by Jonathan Safran Foer. I really shouldn't even say that. And it's a novelty book. I don't know if I can. Can you see how it's like cut out? See? And apparently this is a collector's item now. The die cuts were very expensive, and this is a first edition. I scooped it up as soon as I saw it in the bookstore, and this was $40 brand new. I think on eBay this thing goes for like $100 now. String Theory by David Foster Wallace. I got this after seeing it on one of Bill Gates's top 10 lists or top 5 lists of books. A Horse Walks Into a Bar by David Grossman. I thought it was okay. Felt long for how short it is, and it's the entire novel takes place during a stand-up routine. You can't see it. This is Cathedral by Raymond Carver, and I'm kind of hot and cold on Raymond Carver, but I shouldn't. There's no point in holding it out. A Movable Feast by Hemingway, gorgeous hardback edition. One of my favorite Hemingway novels or non-fiction novels. It's his time in Paris, and Fitzgerald and Ezra Pound and Gertrude Stein, among others, make appearances. It's really fun. This is another book of Bob's. This is A Vision by W.B. Yeats, and it's like a manifesto on automatic writing, and it's really strange. I have another copy of this because I wanted to keep this one as pristine as I could. But A Vision, it's a great modernist work. And then 2 Loeb editions that I do really enjoy. This is the Discourses by Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, slave and crippled, spoke to crowds about his philosophy. I believe Arian, another ancient writer, wrote down everything that he was saying, and now we have his Discourses. Why Read the Classics by Italo Calvino. And Fantastic Tales. It's totally whited out. And then Grapes of Wrath. I know I'm going through these very quickly, but I'm kind of balancing on this ladder, so I do apologize. So, not the greatest tour, but there you go. These are the books up here. And thank you for watching. Let me know if you're interested, or if you have any thoughts on the books that I showed. Thank you. Take care. Bye. Leave a comment if you'd like.